How's it going, everyone? Want to go over a plethora of game updates. Lost Soul Aside is a game that I feel like I've been talking about for literally 4 or 5 years. It's a game that I really want to play and I want to see it come out, and hopefully we get an update later this year, and we do have an update on that, so we'll talk about it. A huge set of games might be getting a remaster collection, and unfortunately, a lower key title that a lot of you guys probably had known about and were kind of excited for has been delayed, that being Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. We'll talk that at the end of this video. Alright, first up, Lost Soul Aside. The gameplay we've seen out of this game has looked absolutely tremendous, but it's kind of become one of those games that's been in development for so long, and we don't get a lot of updates about it here and there. I know it's being done by a small team, but man, this is a game that I really want to play, but I am getting a little bit worried about it. However, it seems like the game is still progressing along in development. The Lost Soul Aside Twitter account put out, "We will not appear at the China Joy event this year. However, we know people have mitigated feelings towards the game's development speed, but things are proceeding smoothly. But there is a big chance that you hear from us before 2022 ends." So, if you guys are unfamiliar with Lost Soul Aside, I saw a lot of comparisons to titles such as Final Fantasy 15 from a character design and artistic standpoint, and then when you look at the gameplay, super fast-paced, action-oriented gameplay that is reminiscent of a Devil May Cry game. It looks fantastic, and the bits that we've seen of it, and we've seen gameplay of the game, and we've seen a decent bit of gameplay, to be perfectly honest. It has looked really good. It's just we don't get updates about this game that often. It was initially set to be a PS4 game. I think a lot of people expected to play the game, 2019, 2018, maybe 2020. It's 2022, and we still are lacking, substantial updates on the game. It's just, we get the update here and there. Hey, the game is still in development, it's proceeding smoothly, but hopefully we get a substantial update by the end of the year, because we've been seeing these games coming out of China Joy and actually starting to be released, and some of them have turned out pretty well. It's just Lost Soul Aside has been the one game that I remember when it was initially announced, and then we saw gameplay, people were like, holy hell, this game has come out of nowhere, and it was being done by people that you weren't really familiar with in the gaming world, and then they created this big budget action game that had a slick art style, beautiful visuals, and stylish gameplay. It was gonna be something that obviously people were gonna get very excited for, and unfortunately, 6 years after the initial announcement, I believe it's been 6-7 years since the initial announcement, we still haven't heard much about the game, but hopefully the updates do roll on. I know there's a billion games to be excited for, so a game like this getting lost in the shuffle, like by the time it's ready and it's gonna be released, the anticipation's gonna build right back up. Just because we've been kept waiting for 6-7 years doesn't mean that the anticipation, it's like kind of in the background right now because we haven't gotten that many substantial updates about the game, but right when they announce a release date or release window or give us a substantial gameplay trailer, that anticipation's gonna shoot right back up. That's just how the gaming world works. It's a very much a what have you done for me lately kind of industry. And in the case of Lost Soul Aside, I'm sure that they've been hard at work at the game. I'm sure in the background they've been working on the game quite a lot. It's just they haven't been ready to show something of substance in quite a while, and that's why, I get comments every now and again of you guys ask me, yo, what's going on with this game? Is this game still in development? Yes, it's very much in development. It's just that sometimes these things happen in the gaming world. Let's just hope it makes smooth progress, which they are noting it is, and then it does get a substantial update by the end of this year, and if not, hopefully early next year at the latest. And hey, maybe we could set ourselves up for an official release by the end of 2023. Fingers crossed on that one. Alright, moving on from that, Metal Gear Solid, a franchise that has had its ups and downs over the last few years. Obviously with Konami being the IP holder, we haven't heard a lot of Metal Gear in quite a while. We got Metal Gear Survive, which I don't want to be talking about. However, it looks like remasters for Kojima's Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 are in development based on a new rumor. According to Golem, multiple sources confirmed the aforementioned details of there being Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 being remastered and sold separately, but you can also buy the trilogy as a collection, and you'll get MSX versions of Metal Gear 1 and 2. So that's pretty exciting. Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 are all great games. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is considered by many to be the best game. I would have loved to see full-on remakes out of a title like Metal Gear Solid 1 or Metal Gear Solid 3. Remasters are fine, it's just, those games are definitely dated. Like, they are classic games, but if you go back and play them for the first time, I don't know how much they would resonate with the 2022, 2023 audience. I'm still sure that they would enjoy them quite a bit, and if nothing else, Snake Eater had one of the best theme songs of all time. Yeah, it's It's a franchise that definitely could use a little bit more love, and it just pains my soul that Metal Gear Solid 4 is not being preserved in any way, because we don't have PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility. I don't even believe it's on PlayStation Now, and the only way you're really going to be playing it is either you digging up your PS3 and having a physical disc of it, or you have a PC that is capable of running RPCS3, and you can emulate the game as well. So, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 being done dirty, and yeah, I know that game had like 8-hour cutscenes, but it's still an absolute classic, and all the Metal Gear games, you know, were very narrative heavy, and MGS4 was a fantastic game. I mean, I even played the hell out of Metal Gear Online back in the day, so it'd be nice to see that game being preserved some way, but hey, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, that's at least a step in the right direction. However, I do believe on Xbox One, Xbox Series, they had the Metal Gear Collection as backwards compatible titles on there, so that's actually pretty nice that they already have that. I think that's Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and Peace Walker. Excuse me, Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, and Peace Walker. And Peace Walker is great as well, and it'd be nice to see that game being preserved more readily as well. Lastly, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is a game that has an awesome art style, an awesome style to it in general. A lot of comparisons, obviously, to Jet Set Radio, and the game has unfortunately been delayed from 2022 into summer of 2023. Team Reptile noted, "We are convinced that releasing the game this year will not take it to a level where we would be personally satisfied. To create a fulfilling and unique game, we are extending the development time of Bomb Rush Cyberpunk to summer of 2023. Team Reptile also said it would be dumping a lot more visuals this week to show how the game is coming along. The game is due out for Switch and PC first, however, it will be coming to other consoles sometime in the future. I would have to imagine it'll be making a PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 release. The game looks fantastic, and if you're a fan of Jet Set Radio, I mean, this is obviously being inspired by that. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, 1 second per second of advanced funk style, start your own cipher, and dance, tag, trick, face off with cops, and stake your claim to the extrusions and cavities of the sprawling metropolis. Again, awesome presentation style, and quirky, definitely quirky in presentation. You can string your tricks and graffiti into combos to increase your score, land a combo, and your score will be transformed to boost power. The more stylish you are, the more you can use this boost power to zoom through the city at top speed, do crazy enough combos, and you'll go into Bomb Rush mode, gaining infinite boost power. A game that I'm definitely going to follow along. Unfortunately, not going to be a 2022 title, but hey, summer is usually a more quiet period for game releases and a new IP dropping, in a game that I'm sure not everybody is familiar with. I think it'll do much better in summer than, let's say, fall of this year. And that is going to do it for me. Again, Lost Solo's side still moving along smoothly in terms of development. Hopefully we get an update on that by the end of the year. Looks like remasters of Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 are in development, and Bomb Rush Cyberpunk has been delayed until summer of 2023. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.